Monday morning, we made it into the second of our features for the year 2024. So we are definitely cooking with gas around here now. Good morning, TBS family. I want to say a special good morning to the Ministry of Agriculture. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he is very in tune and he looks and he pays attention. So thank you and good morning and Happy New Year to you and everybody else, sir. Let's see what's in the headlines and then we'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for a summary of your top stories. The relative of a man who was fatally stabbed on the last day of 2023 believes he may have been killed over a domestic LPG tank.
On Sunday, December 31st at approximately 5:05 p.m., a male individual appearing to be in his 30s walked into the fire service headquarters informing personnel that he had been physically assaulted. An assessment of the individual revealed that he sustained several puncture wounds to his body. Emergency medical care was then provided to the individual and he was transported to the OKEU hospital in a critical condition.
The police have launched an investigation into the death of Shane Edwin, who was the island's 75th homicide victim for 2023. The Ministry of Health continues to record an increase in cases of gastroenteritis. The ministry is reporting a 14% increase in cases, with children being the most affected. Most of the affected individuals have been experiencing sudden onset vomiting as well as diarrhea.
Symptoms of gastroenteritis include diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, fever, headache, or muscle aches. The very contagious norovirus, also referred to as the stomach flu, most prevalent during the winter season, has been circulating and has been the cause of many cases of gastroenteritis globally.
In order to avoid contracting or spreading gastroenteritis, the public is encouraged to practice good hand hygiene, especially after vomiting, after bowel movement, and before handling food. You should also avoid preparing meals for others if you are vomiting or have diarrhea. Avoid eating undercooked foods and disinfect contaminated surfaces and objects frequently to eliminate the virus or bacteria. Animal activists are decrying the increasing presence of stray dogs in the city of Castries. One organization has been working to reduce the stray population there.
We try to feed and treat animals in place in their natural environment. Sometimes it isn't possible, like if there's young puppies or something, or they're very sick, if they're vulnerable, then they have to be taken in. And we try and place them with one of the shelters on the island. At some point, we'll be able to find a home for them, whether it's on the island or overseas. At the moment, I believe Help Paws has about 80 or 90 puppies in their care, and SLAPS has about 140.
Stray dogs have also been blamed for multiple attacks on baby turtles at the VG Beach. Workers employed with the IGY Rotney Bay Marina within its cruise tourism operations will receive a 9% general wage increase thanks to the National Workers Union, the NWU. This amount will be spread over a 3-year duration, with 3% being disbursed each year, respectively. Workers will also benefit from back pay compensation, and further additional incentives will be shared among workers through individual and base performance increments. Agreement has also been reached on call-out, call-back, and on-call allowances, with a minimum of 2 hours guaranteed at overtime rates. The collective agreement, when signed, will apply to the period October 1st, 2023 to September 30th, 2025. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
All right, that was our headlines. Thank you again, Kendall. We take a break now. We're coming back after this. Now, for our first feature. Yesterday we told you we went by Margot for something else and we ended up with something else, which was yesterday's feature. But the reason why we ended up by Margot Thomas was, you know of Margot as a historian, you know of Margot in relation to the National Archives. But did you know that Margot was an artist, a creative? Well, look at this. Margot Thomas is the name. She's no strange name to us here in St. Lucia, and she shouldn't be. Definitely, she's made contributions in so many different areas here on the island. And whenever we need to we must find ourselves tapping into her energy because she's such a wealth of knowledge and experience and everything. History, she's got that lock. So whenever you want to find out something, I don't know how Margot keeps all this in her head, but of course, you're aligned with the
National
National
Archives.
Archives. So certainly we understand, and certainly the right person. But we are here today because Margot is recently starting her very own painting, her art, her creative journey. And we're in her studio now. It's quite nice, very beautiful, and so many different portraits of persons from all walks of life, from the Obamas to the Bob Marleys, to the Oprahs, to the Diana Rosses, to the Marilyn Monroe. I saw
Yes.
so many things is happening. Margot, tell me about when you decided to go into painting, and did you know you had it in you?
Well, I have always thought that I can do anything.
Wonderful.
I could have been whatever I wanted to be. However, my art journey began in 2016 when I realized I have to move on. I have to retire. I have to decide what else I want to do with my life. Time is running out for me. And I said, I better go into painting. And my good friend Janine McIntyre, yes,
okay.
She's a very good artist,
Yes.
and we spoke, and she said, well, you can come and we can paint, and and I started going with her, and I started painting. I can remember Janine saying, Marco, you're going like a galloping horse. You have to wait, you have to. But I said, I don't have much time. I have to go fast.
Absolutely.
And that is why I started, and I just started doing my portraits.
Right.
And,
So why?
and she gave me
Most
good
of your
tips
paintings
and
are like portraits.
portraits and
Was
flowers.
there a reason why
and-
you decided to go more of that? You have a lot of family portrait as well.
Yes.
You do a lot of that. What is the significance between portrait and you? What do you
Because
think it
I
is?
think if you can capture the likeness of an individual, this is the pinnacle for me.
Yes.
Although I do some abstract work, which is very thought-provoking and time-consuming, but to be able to look at somebody and then use a reference photo and capture that person,
No.
this is a big plus.
beautiful.
Yes. Now, when you look at my paintings, don't tell me, oh, it doesn't look like a picture. And no, I don't want my paintings to look like pictures. If you want a picture, go to a photographer
Snap one.
and you will get a photo. I want to bring out the colors I can see in your face.
That's right.
Everybody has different colors within their faces, and that's what I aim to do.
That's right.
Now, what I can see is not what you can see,
That's right.
So the color might look different shades, different, but this is what I am seeing. Sometimes I see yellows, I see oranges, so it is just creativity.
Creativity,
at its
that's what it
best.
is. You can't
Yes.
put creativity in a box.
Creativity,
You
yes.
certainly cannot box it up. And it is art is a display of your interpretation of something, isn't it?
Yes,
And
it
somebody
is.
cannot tell you what your interpretation is.
And cannot tell you what you're seeing.
Exactly. So that's the beauty of art. That is
Yes.
it. So the journey is on. Do you do your painting for recreation,
pleasure.
just for pleasure? So if someone
Just
wants
for
to buy your
pleasure.
painting, no, you don't sell it.
No, I've not sold my paintings. I've given as gifts. I've not sold my paintings. Maybe as the Lord tells me what to do, I will do.
Get into it maybe later on.
But then I see people, and some people have very what I call paintable faces.
Right.
Like look at Jumo. Look at how I captured
I know,
him.
right? Jomo is very well cut. I love this.
You see, and you
Absolutely.
can see the colors I saw in his face.
That's right.
And compare him to Obama. These are the
Different.
colors I saw in Obama's face.
Absolutely.
So
That is good. That is
it
good.
depends. Look at Princess Diana.
Absolutely.
And look at her hair, and look at, And this painting I'm proud of. I did this painting in 4 hours. Yes. And I strive to do my paintings in a few hours.
Wow.
Yes.
Margaret, you said 2016,
2016.
This is
yes.
just your studio.
Yes.
We captured some other, like a room full on the other side as
Yes,
well. So-
yes.
But this is that all you do, Margs?
No. I write and I do so many things, and yes.
Oh gosh.
Yes, I have not published many. I have a few books I published, but I have about 12 novels I've written there on my computer somewhere, and I'll start to
But
to
your
publish
art
them.
is worth looking at. What if someone wants to? Do you intend to open up like a studio where persons can come and view
Yes,
your art?
I definitely would like to do that,
Right.
but after I've left the archives and I've retired and I
Yes.
have time and,
Put effort into that.
Yes.
Oh God, we love you so much, Max. We definitely love you. But in the meantime, do you have anywhere else we can look at the arts? Because I think
yes,
people
you
should
can
be
look
seeing.
at the art. No, you mean another
Online or-
outlet?
no, we don't,
yeah.
no, not into that as
But
yet.
I will do that eventually.
Absolutely. In the meantime,
yeah,
it's just
in the
you, your art.
meantime, is me and my art. Kick off my shoes when I come
That's
home.
right.
And then I
relax.
paint. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, we can't wait for when that display room becomes available and open to everybody else. In the meantime, what we do have is a few footages so you can get to look at them. Compliments of us, DBS. Thank you, Margot. Thank you.
Okay.
Mwah. All right. Now, on Thursday we normally have three features as well. So in our second and third features is sort of like a continuation of a conversation that Sheila had with a wonderful young lady. She's an influencer, a content creator. She's got quite a lot going on, and she's right there from our sister isle, the island of Dominica. So here's a look into our first part of a conversation with this awesome young lady.
Beautiful rising, everybody. Welcome back to DBS this morning. And yes, I'm so happy to be home. I'm your host. It's been so long since I've said that. Sheila Mendez here. And I'm very excited because you know what? Though I popped in for holidays, I've been missing this. But everything in its own timing and everything for a reason, because I have this young lady here with me and she's hailing from one of our sister isles, and we all know we love Dominica, we love the Creole Festival, we love their rivers, we love their music, okay, because we know it's blowing up the scene right now. So I want to introduce you to JL Joseph, and I was going to say a content creator, she's on social media, etc., but off camera, I think she phrased it better than me. So I'll allow JL to introduce herself to you, because St. Lucia, you need to know some of the people, not only here in St. Lucia, but in the region, who are doing amazing things and that can inspire us as well to chase these dreams. So JL, welcome to DBS this morning. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me. It's so good to be here in St. Lucia. The weather is beautiful and not too hot.
Yeah.
Just right temperature to keep our makeup on flick.
That's right.
The
still
makeup.
giving them the island girl glow.
Hello.
So I'm really excited because backstory St. Lucia was here, found out she was going to be here, saw it come through in our little DBS group where we get work done. And I was like, oh, I have to do this interview because, believe it or not, maybe about 3 years ago, maybe even 4, who knows, I discovered JL's social media page and I started following her from back then. So I saw this news come through and I knew I had to do this interview because I felt a connection. I loved your personality. I loved what you were doing. I was relatable, again, just seeing somebody from the Caribbean, and even the diaspora doing something like this, which is, now more of the modern fields and spheres of opportunities when you start thinking of what do I want to do? Mm-hmm. What field do I want to go into? And now, thanks to technology, thanks to evolution, we have all these amazing things which allow us to be ourselves. Mm-hmm. And that we can grow from that. And I know you have an amazing story. So let's first start off talking about JL Live, and we'll introduce the people to exactly what you do with that platform.
So thank you again for having me. And I consider myself a media entrepreneur. So I dabble in a lot of different things. I'm an Aquarian, so I get bored very easily. And as a result, one of the decisions I made when my parents passed away back in 2011 was that I would only do things that made me happy. And I started really aggressively trying to grow my social media platform organically but aggressively through putting out content. And I started to do a show which I've since now rebranded as JL Joseph Live, and I interview people from all across the Caribbean, entertainers, entrepreneurs, musicians. So I've interviewed the likes of Latoya, who is Glam by Toya from St. Lucia. Yes, I also interviewed Pro Style. So I've connected with my St. Lucian folks, and I'm always ready and willing to take on Caribbean people who are out there, who are pushing. Some maybe still small, up and coming, and some maybe more established. But I feel like I have a platform that allows you to be yourself, and more not just being yourself, but being comfortable. Because a lot of times we get people wanting to interview you, but they want all the dirt, but they don't want to hear they don't want to hear the struggle that came about to you becoming, right? So I've decided to use my platform as just that, and it's been an exciting journey. I love interviewing people. I get them to tell all their business without feeling pressured into doing it.
That's correct. And you know what? That's why I'm happy that we are here today, because I don't know if people can feel that energy, that similarity, but one thing I'd always say, it had been 5 years of me doing this show before I had to bounce out and start a family. But for me, it was always a point of making sure that I get people who are pursuing their passion, because I knew, just like you, I made a commitment to myself at a certain point after an experience, like, okay, I'm not going to do anything except if I really love it. I don't care about the money anymore. If the love of it is not there, it's not going to be fulfilling and keep me happy. So we would always say we're pursuing people who are pursuing their passions. And that's what we want to share, because that energy and that excitement, it's infectious. Now, I know I feel like this year was phenomenal for you. There's so many amazing things. She's also a digital brand ambassador, if in case you don't know. Very instrumental in your Dominican culture and the music. And we know like Nasty Business is growing, and like there's so much hype with that as well. And just to know, like, this has been true to you. You've been doing this all the time. You've been trying to share that message and push this. So just with the growth that you've seen, I think like within the last 6 months or even for 2024, how has all that progress felt? I'm sure it must be feeling quite surreal, but for you living it, what does this feel like right now?
Before I even tell you how it feels, I just want to say thank you for following me, because without people following content creators like myself, we don't really have a platform. We need people that gravitate towards our content. So if you, before I even get into it, if you are out there and there's somebody you like, there's somebody that you recognize in the islands, especially in the islands, because we have a smaller population, and the only way we can grow is if our smaller island people follow us and they love our content and they share our content. So first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for following me, and thank you to those of you who will follow and who would like to share. But if you also know somebody that inspires you, instead of just liking, follow them. You can like too, but follow them, because it helps grow your content. And not only does it help grow your content, it helps people like companies like Digicel see that there's value in utilizing what you do, and as a result they'll come on board and show support, which is why I'm so appreciative to Digicel for embracing me. I've been an influencer with them for quite some time, for it's been almost 7 years, but an influencer just pushing their content, they give me the content, but now being an ambassador, it means so much more, because that means that they're actually putting their money where their mouth is, or where my mouth is, at least, and really showcasing that. I want to be people who are trying to get on that journey to realize that it's not unattainable. It's just having a good niche, just having something that you're passionate about, and something that people can aspire to be, and being authentically yourself.
Now, listen, we're going to face the camera to say that one, because I was leading to that. Authenticity is a must nobody can be you, nobody can be me, nobody can be you. But JL, I'll let you tell them and bring it home on the authenticity side, because people get pressured looking at, okay, JL's doing this, but I'm not like this, or I may not be super quirky, or maybe I'm not funny, or I don't feel I'm sassy. But we compare ourselves too much, and authenticity is the name of the game, especially if you want to dive into this field.
Well, social media, as you know, is growing, right? And people are looking to connect to something that they can relate to. And my partner who's here with me actually in St. Lucia, one of the things he always says to me is that people love you just as you. You don't have to, I can wake up literally from my bed and do something from my life with all my lassie in my eyes.
Yes.
And people will love it because they can relate.
Yeah.
My cousin actually who follows me, once he said to me, you know, I was looking at you do a live and you just come on and you were just sharing and you could tell that you just woken up, you had no makeup on, and people were looking, people were gravitating towards that. People want people who are real, right? And whatever it is that you're real doing, just do you, you know. Don't be afraid. I mean, every now and again you want to look beat, right? You don't want to always look like you.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's a must.
It's a must. But from time to time, it's okay to show who you are in your natural state, in your natural form, and people will love you. Just like the waterfalls on the dashing leaf and it slides up. Right. So I like to tell people going into 2024, don't let the naysayers get you down. Think sometimes we're focused on the one person that we get a little bit of hate on, and not the hundreds of people who are appreciative and loving us and enjoying our content, enjoying what we do. Focus on the good vibes and the good energy, right? Because obviously they're there for a reason, and they're there because you're doing a fantastic job. And I just want to say thank you very much to all the Lucians that support me, all the Lucians who follow me, and all the Dominicans in St. Lucia who also follow me. I want to pick you up and say thank you very much for being part of my journey, the JL Joseph journey, I call it. And I hope to see many more of you in the new year. And obviously, I'd like to be able to engage more with my Lucian sisters and brothers.
This is how we're going to send you out. It's JL. Make sure you check her out, and it's good vibrations only. We'll see you soon.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got inspired in some way by some of our features this morning. Let's make that the mandate moving into 2024. Inspiration, motivation. Let's uplift each other. We're going for the stars or beyond. Enjoy the rest of your day. Catch me tomorrow and the team right here on DBS This Morning.